Hey there, this is part 2 of episode 17 from season 3. Okay, so Liv is upset about the murder in her office, so she calls Jake from State Farm. Jake, you pitiful. You still begging, still crying. I know it was something between us the other night. I felt it. I know you felt it too. She has to tell Jake, I love Fitz. That's what she said. Jake's still holding out hope. Anyway, next thing we know, Fitz, Melly, and Cy are in Defiance. Getting ready for the big rally at the high school where everybody thinks the bomb is. Fitz said he'd rather die in Defiance than leave Defiance like it was the last election. Quinn and Huck in the parking garage. Okay? At first, they was mean mugging each other. And then she said, what do you want? He grabs her and kisses her. She pushes him away and smacks him. After she smacked him about 3-4 times and keeps saying, say it. I want you to say it. Say my name. No, she didn't say my name. She just wanted him to say what he wanted. He finally says, I want you. Then what happened next was really kind of indescribable. He got to tearing off her pantyhose, pulling off her underwear. And here's the part. I thought I was grown. Really grown. But when he spit on her and then licked it off, I ain't quite that grown. Anyway, they all in Defiance sitting, and this is one of my favorite things. Cy leans over to Melly and he said, are you drunk? She looked at him. He pulls out a mini Altoid and offers it to her. She's like waving her hand. Child, if we all gonna die, I am not trying to do an Altoid. Why do I have to keep it together now? That was funny to me. Back to the story. OPA pays the lab to say that little Jerry and what's his name? Dominic's hair is a match. So Leo Bergen's like, stand down, it's a match. I thought there was something here, but there's nothing here. Quinn and Huck are so busy doing what they doing in the garage, they let Mama Pope walk right on by. I-9 sneaks up on Harrison, puts a gun to his head. Mama Pope's all up in the mix, trying to go up in the office. She tells Daddy Pope, bring my baby home. And he calls Olivia on the phone. Jake's waiting for old Lemony Snicket, David Rosen in his office, and he says, I need you to go through that new software, the facial recognition software. We have to find Maya Pope now. As it turns out, they figured out that the bomb is not in Defiance, but it's where? Under the church, where Senator Hightower's funeral is going to be. So he calls Cyrus, and he says, the bomb's not at the high school, it's under the church. You got to call the CIA and the FBI right away. Cy says, okay. But then when he picks up the phone, he has a thought. Calls the Secret Service from in the hall. Did the vice president already leave for the funeral? The Secret Service say, yeah. So Cy puts the phone down. Now he's walking down the hall and the Undisputed Truth is singing Smiling Faces. He got a little smile on his face, a smirk. He goes into Fitz's office, has Fitz sit down, tells him there's been a delay, and he wants to hear his eulogy. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I-9 still got a gun on Huck. Olivia goes back to the office and finds Daddy Pope bleeding out on the floor. Mama Pope done tried to do him in. Sally is at the service, at the church, with Leo Bergen at the church, with Andrew at the church. Okay? What's going on and what's going to happen and who's going to die? I got questions. 1, did Melly and Liv really bond over that paternity test situation? Remember, the last thing her and Fitz really agreed on was no more secrets. Who's going to die? Sally? That is the only way we're going to get rid of this whole Daniel Douglas situation and not implicate everybody else. Andrew? Ooh, honey, Millie going to be drinking for weeks. Leo? We could lose Leo and not really care. Eli Pope? Who's going to die? Somebody that we don't know about? Is it somebody at the church that we don't know about? Will Charlie even the score with Quinn and Huck? I think he gonna bring back Huck's family. That's just me. I'm just saying. I think he gonna bring back Huck's family, which is gonna complicate things with Quinn. Now that I guess they are item. Anyway, who gonna win the election? Remember last week was only 6 days out. Election is coming, and who the hell is little Jerry's daddy? My money's on Fitz. I think it's just like Shonda Rhimes to plant the seed and make us think all this time it was Big Jerry. But I think Fitz is still little Jerry's daddy. Okay? Now, some of these things is going to get answered on Thursday when we have the season finale. But some of these things, or potentially all of these things, won't get answered until next season. And that's way the heck in September. Okay, gladiators, I'll see you next week for what will be the last episode of SOS for season 3. Meanwhile, Friday night at 10 o'clock, you want to watch the Sundance channel, The Writer's Room. That's when yours truly will be giving her take on Scandal.